Hey everybody, how's it going? So we got Sludge and Mad and Darren and Will, Craig, Kathy, General Rush. Good afternoon, good evening. How did everybody do today? I did a crazy trade, right, with minutes to go in the market. I mean, I was kind of debating whether that was a smart play or a dumb play. Quite honestly, here's what I did. See this right here? Less than 8 minutes to go. I sold it was two standard deviations out of the money, but it dipped into the money with 1 minute to go. Scared me. It went from being worth like 40 cents, like with 3 minutes to go, to being worth $6. I was like, oh man, I just messed up bad. And then all of a sudden, Nasdaq closed, jumped up the last like minute or whatever, 24,840 out of the money, got all the credit. Not bad. Not bad. High stakes. High stakes. Anyway, I was just playing around. I actually did one on an NQ and they force closed it. Kind of made me mad. I did this on NQ. Let's see. Right here. I got 65 credit. That's points, not dollars. You know, these are not 650. You know, it's not $65 or anything like that. It was 6.65 points, which works out to like I think $20 points. But then turn around and they closed me with 30 minutes to go on the ones that were making money. I was like, what the heck? So I turned around and closed the longs. And that ended up being only like $16 instead of like $60. So then I turned around and did the Nasdaq trade, which probably wasn't my best decision. I probably won't do that again. So that one scared me because when it went to $6, I was like, I messed up. Anyway, there you go. Enough of that. So, anybody make money today? I made a little bit of scratch there. 8 minutes to go, made $100. Alrighty. Anybody here? Chat's pretty quiet. Maybe everybody's watching the ads. Anyway, government shutdown. Day, what, 7? Seems like they won't keep this party going for a while. We've got. Doesn't seem to have any effect on the market so far. Market's just like, so what? So what? Right now, the forecast seems to be 21 days on Kalshi. More than 20 days? More than 25 days? I don't know. It seems like 50. Seems like we're gonna, we're already more than 7 days. So, how long is this party gonna go? I guess we'll see what happens. Let me know in the chat how long you think it's gonna go. How long? How long? And then quarter point cut at the end of the month. Looks like a foregone conclusion at this point. When will the government shutdown end? Poly market. This one's based on crypto. This one's just, Kalshi's based on a company. Poly market's kind of a company, but it's also based on crypto contracts. That's a lot. $2 million played on that one. It's getting interesting. Getting interesting. 3 weeks max, you think? I guess we'll see. The 5 million volume here, 64 million volume on baseball, 48 million volume, $48 million bet on the rate cut decision. Look, people got more money than sense. Tell you what. Is this still going on? I thought that already settled out. Put Cuomo back in the race, huh? I thought Cuomo was already out. Oh, well, see what happens there. Can't afford to let the executive branch. Hey, doesn't seem like anybody's got any interest in getting back to work. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. We'll see what happens. So, 21 days seems to be 21.3 days is the forecast at this point. It keeps creeping toward more than 25. Just crazy. So, anyway, back to. We got FOMC minutes coming out tomorrow, 2 p.m. Now, I thought it was interesting that we've got Fed speakers piled up starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Got Bostic, and Bowman, and Mirren, and then Kashkari. How do you say that? You got Mirren again. I mean, that was today. And tomorrow, got them starting at 9 in the morning. Barr, Goolsby. Skip a little bit for lunch. Logan, the minutes. Kashkari, Barr. And then Powell speaking the next day. Thursday. Should be interesting. We're not... As long as the government shut down, no unemployment claims at all. I don't know. This kind of shows you that none of this stuff actually matters. The market still goes on, right? Shut down for a week now, and nobody cares as far as what we do. Interesting. Now, could it cause some pain? Possibly. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna we kind of talked about stuff. We're gonna jump into 30 minutes of requests here in just a minute. I might do something a little different today. We may fire off into, I'm thinking maybe at 6 o'clock we fire off and just have members only after 6 o'clock. So we'll see. Some of you may not like that, but my time's valuable, and we'll see what happens here. So I think it's more than fair. But as always, channel members get the priority on the requests. So we may move into channel member only stream. We'll see. Suppose it's a new feature of YouTube I might try out here. See what happens. So I don't see the button to do that, but we'll see what we can. I'll play with the buttons and see what happens. That's YouTube told me to try it out, so maybe we'll try it out. Let's see. Clicking buttons here and seeing what I can do. I don't know. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, here, let's see. Throw up a poll for you. They added a bunch of new features for streamers. I don't know. Just kind of playing with it. Seeing what happens. There's not a lot of people on the stream either. So Warning, your bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. That's cool. Let's see. Details. I don't see the button to make it a member only stream. They sent me an email about it, but I don't see a button for that. So it's right on the dashboard. Create a video, add a stream marker. Oh, I found it. Okay. I did find it. Cool. So it's got a little blue dot on it. Anyway, we might do that. Looks like so far the poll, 80% people like the idea or find it acceptable. So yeah, I figured out real-time polling, so we can do that in the future too. That's fun, right? I can end that. And then let's see. I guess if I come up with more questions in the future, let's see. Let's see. Let's ask another one. Here we go. And so I had 16 people vote out of 40 or almost 50 on the last one. It's disappointing. Anyway, I'll let that one roll for a minute. So, moving on. 30 minutes of awesome. So, the rules of the game go like this. You get one request per person per time, per chat. Give me a full ticker that I can type in the trading view here. I will do my best to review it, usually on a daily chart. It may not be what you want to hear, but that's what I'll do. And you got to let somebody else go before you make a second request. So channel members get priority, and then channel subscribers, well, you get 3 requests. Nobody's going to hold you to it. Scout's honor. Make your 3 requests. If somebody's just dominating in the chat, I reserve the right to skip you. But channel members, you do support me and my family here on YouTube, so just be kind to other people. All right, keep it in mind. Be kind. Please rewind. All that stuff. And remember, leverage tickers are basically not going to be reviewed. Go to the underlying if you want to make a request. Crypto, I'm probably not going to say much about it. Most crypto is garbage. We can look at interest rates and financials and all that stuff. If you want to look at natural gas or anything like that, let me know. If you don't know the ticker, just tell me you don't know the ticker. So, can someone share with me the instructions for becoming a member? Yeah, we can do that. It's pretty easy. It's right here. Right there. And then under the video, this is going to get crazy, probably. Pause that. There's a button right here. It's right down underneath the video. Right there. So, if I jump sides, it's right there. Right there. If you're on a computer, if you're on the mobile, I don't know. If you're on a TV, good luck. I don't know. So, all right. Looks like we got Walmart, WMT, Anybody thinks of a fun poll, I can kick it off again. Walmart. So probably going up to 109. Support down at 94. Where's the roadmap? Where the heck's that roadmap? So yeah. Support down here. And targets right there. 109 and down around 94 to 96 on Walmart. All right, channel subscribers, we'll come back to you. Celsius. So we're hanging out at the 618 level. We had this big drop from back here in March/May 2024. We dropped down to the low in February 25. Funny enough, this one didn't really do much of anything on Liberation Day, which makes sense. It was, just a drink company in the United States. Don't really have much to import or export or whatever. And this move right here, potentially an A wave. This is a potential a B wave. If we can break out here, watch for higher support, and this may just start another move down. I do expect us to hit the roadmap line before we break out, but that's my short-term expectation. Bigger picture, probably going on up. We did cross the 618, are grinding through this resistance. It is setting the stage for that move right there. Time frame wise, I've commonly held that the next move takes 3 to 5 times longer than the pullback. Pullback took 6 months. So 18 to 30 months. Puts it way out there. 220, and let's see, 365 plus 180 be 540. So it could take that long to get there, which kind of fits, right? If this comes up, does a little retrace, boom. Kind of fits. If it fits, it ships. There you go. All right. Let's see in the poll. Looks at 81%. It's like blocking up my chat. Just hanging out like on my broadcast software. It was like that big, and the whole chat window's only like that big. So, anyway, let's see. BTQ. Didn't put the mouse in the right window. What? There's no candles here, so good luck. MRL is a leverage ticker on Mara. ADEA. Maybe we'll do that if we go to members only. If I go to members only stream, you can request whatever you want to. Leverage, not leverage, whatever. Mara, figure out what you expect on Mara and 2x the gains or losses, and that's what MARL will do. ADEA 18 and support down here at the 618 and the roadmap line confluence 1450. Oracle coming back to the roadmap line. Long way down. Gonna burn it down. 220. And just be careful. Could we go higher? Sure. Is that 5 down? Yep. Could we do a little bit of 3-way retrace and then plummet into the abyss? You betcha. Could it take out to the end of the year? Yep. Anything's possible. Look at the most probable. After making a 40% pop, grinding that back down is the most likely thing. It's the most likely thing. That high, that low. You can see we hit a 200%. That's a lofty pop. without having a deeper retrace. We could have a retrace that's just as deep and just as long as that one right there, which could last us well into the new year. Just throwing it out there. Costco still set to go lower. There's first move down, the retrace, second move down, and there's my alert, and there's my alert. There's the target zone. I have a short on Costco. Love for that one to play out. And DPZ, there's, guess what? Short on that one too. Although I closed this short because it just took too freaking long. First move down, there's the retrace. First, and then A, or 1, 2, like I'd have 3, 4, 5. It's just like, how long does it take to play out though? Here's the first move down. And that's likely to play out over here, but time-wise, it can take longer. This thing can do the mess around for a while. Somewhere down in there. Well, all it needs to do is make a low lower than that low right there. But somewhere down in this zone is usually where it would bottom out. Now, look at that. Taking that off, moving that out of the way. There's the high. Here's the first move down. Here's the retrace. Yeah. So, if this thing gets a little more gusto going, then we might bounce back like that. And then end up down here. Something like that. And it could take a while. Could be out here late 26, 27. I don't know. Could be a while before DPZ gets out of its funk there. DoorDash. Yeah, like a rocket, man. This is one of those that just blows my mind. I guess it's, I'm not a lazy person. I will go get my own food because I'd rather have hot food than some other person touching it. But it just amazes me how many people will actually just pay somebody. Hey, God. Kimberly's on here. She'll tell you. Like, I look at the price that I would pay. I'm like, I'll just go get for $20. I'll just go get it. And just, for me, the premium, it's like, buy a $5 burger and pay a $15 delivery. It's like, forget that noise. But $3.31. I'm just amazed at how much people will pay for that stuff. Uber too, right? Blows my mind. I'm busy in no time. It doesn't, like, that's no excuse to me. Like, I'm some people, but as many people as it takes to make DoorDash that high, people aren't that busy. It's just people are that lazy. Even Chick-fil-A, man. I watch Chick-fil-A delivery go by my house constantly. I'm like, it's not even that far. It's like a mile and a half. I don't know. Just blows my mind. It's kind of like Domino's. Like, I watch my neighbor get Domino's all the time. And I see the Domino's car. I'm like, Domino's is literally 3/4 of a mile away. You can drive up there and get that, like, and it'll be hotter than waiting a half an hour for them to bring that cold pizza to you. It's gonna be better. I mean, I don't know. Uber and car parts. I mean, that can be worth it, especially if you got one vehicle and you take it apart and you're like, well, guess what I just did? I just broke that little piece right there. So, anyway, yeah, cooking your own dinner. I mean, I don't eat out that much, really. So, that's another thing. I'd rather Just make my own food. I mean, for all you channel members, you see stuff I post. Busy does not mean productive. Yeah. I'm busy watching nothing on TV. Anyway. All right. That's my I've already run DoorDash in. All right. Let's do a poll. I'm gonna make it a loaded question. There you go. And dropping quality means you gotta wait for half an hour for it to come. So, all right, moving on. This is more fun already. Let me know what you think. If you're having more fun. I'm having more fun, I think. This is a way to spice it up, I think. So, DLTR, and that took a little turn for the downside. So it looks like we're doing a 618 retrace, right? That's what that looks like. Here's the low. Here's the move up. 50. We're at the 50% right now. There's the 618 right there. So support down to 78. Is that what I wanted to see when I sold the 100 puts? Not really, but entirely possible at this point. And BRK. Dollar Tree has a much larger upside potential. And if we get this move, it sets the next potential even higher than it sets this next potential right in here. It's kind of crazy, but so short-term pain for potential massive upside. Right there. Burk. Wow. What a nasty chart. Literally gone nowhere for 24, 25, 2 years since it IPO'd. I venture to guess this is going to make a lower low than the IPO. I would almost bet on this that we're going to make a dip right in there. I'm not putting money on it, but bros, that's doing what I thought it might do. Let's see. I think we have a target on this. I have two different layouts going here. Ooh, look at that. Down through. We're going for the 50% retrace, possibly the bigger. So this is the A. This is the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 should be down here somewhere. Almost to the 3. I would expect a 4 bounce, although it can just, let it go. That would be the C wave down. C waves have a 5-wave structure, so once we get down here, I'd probably GTFO, book your profit. It's not worth holding on for however long this might take just to get this little extra. That was pretty fast, so let's see. That one took 15 days, well, 21 days really, 15 bars. And the next one could take 2 to 4 times longer, so it could be like 2 or 3 months in a sideways grind before we finally make the lowest price. And yeah, there's bros for you. Intel, INTC. Poking through some of the resistance. This big band right up here, like this high from back here is kind of where I expected it to maybe have a little bit of trouble getting through. I kind of expected a little bit of slowdown right there, but it seems to have pushed on through a little bit. So, we're kind of, but not really. So I did expect a struggle at this high, and then a bigger struggle up here in this orange zone. If you're still riding it, be careful. Remember, a 50% pullback in this could be 100% pullback in INTW. I'm off of INTW. I'm off of Intel. I got no exposure. We already hit the resistance, so I think it's gonna be a slog going much higher from here. So do with that what you will. QQQ. So we're up here in no man's land. Could we go on higher? Possibly 633. Yeah, I did call for a 616 earlier. In, what was it, yesterday maybe? Maybe it's Friday. Maybe I don't remember. I thought we would hit this 616 area, 615, 616. Still do. We just may retrace a little bit before we pop up there. I don't think we're played out to the upside. Got that pullback. Yeah. 611, 6. Yeah. We may get a bigger pullback. So time-wise, I don't know. We've only got a couple days. Be careful. So TQQQ. And if we go up to 616. So that's all 1.9% higher. So TQQQ would be 3% higher, round down, or 3.8, round down, 3.5. So we're only looking for a move like that. Not much. And if we got a bigger pullback, that can amp up to the downside. Be very careful. Lift. And there's one that I'm surprised they don't have lift eats, right? So my target was up here. There's big potential bounce back here. So this would be careful here. This is my warning. This looked like an overlapping move up. Overlapped right there. A wave. Kind of non-clear B wave. And then we've done this. I mean, that could be the B wave, that whole thing, that running flat. Could be B, there or there, not sure. Then we've made a move up and a retrace, and a move up and a retrace. And if we get one final move, that's a C wave. You know where we go from here? Back to the bottom. Downtrend coming into it. Big long-term correction that took from back in 23 over here probably to 26, and then we continue down. Be careful. Could I be wrong? Sure, I could be wrong. Soundhound. So this decided it's not going to be bearish. We held the up trim, breaking higher. That puts the target at 30. I've been beating the snot out of this one in some of my put selling accounts. It has really good premium. Really juicy premium. That's starting to look like, even though it has overlap, 1, 2, 3, 4, or possibly it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we go crazy higher, but trying to keep my expectations in check here. Going for 30 right now. But if this is a nested 1, 2, that potential much bigger move. It could be in the works here. I'm trying not to get too crazy excited about this because I could possibly make a move like that. But let's keep 30 as a conservative target for now. Until it proves we're going to do something bigger. So 30 just comes from that high, that low. Breaking above 30 extension right there. I've got my alert right there. HLE. HELE. Well, that looks pretty bad. Till the last time I looked at it. Way up there. And we did another gap down right there. More resistance and the roadmap line. So got that gap down. Got this roadmap line coming down. Got this gap down up here. That's a layer of resistance and nothing below it. They were like, well, I expected it all to turn around, except they're losing money like crazy. Holy, what the devil's going on here? Yeah, they're going out of business. That's a danger sign right there. Danger, danger. Yeah, it won't, like, they're going to file bankruptcy. In trouble. Probably going out of business. So, sorry if you're long that one. Going bust. Sunrun. 22 next upside. I don't even remember what the target was I said, but you know, watch out for these highs over here. That'd probably be a good place to get out of the way. Right around 22. GitLab. Let's see. Let's in the poll. Like I said, it kind of blocks up my chat. Let's see what was I only had 31 people vote. Come on. Recut. Where'd that one go? Oh, disappeared. There it is. 36 people voted on food delivery. So a couple people said it was worth it. A couple people. We've been voting and having fun. That's what you missed so far. Trying to make it more interactive and fun here. But GitLab. It's not a bullish start here. We could avoided that pattern right there. Probably going lower. Avoided this too. So this is 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's probably going lower low. It's not going to surprise me when it makes a lower low. Wow, that was really cool. Save it, reload it. Yeah, so I didn't save anything you did. That's cool. Thanks. GitLab. Yeah, see, didn't save a darn thing I did. Cool. Clear all this stuff. It's got, yeah, we're going, that's probably going to go lower low. Be my expectation. All right, moving on. AROC. Yeah, nothing. Potential to go lower. Same kind of thing. Didn't even have to change the drawing. Okalo. Sky's the limit here. This is absolute bananas. Like, you look at the financials here. Everybody's like, oh, they got all these government contracts. Cool. Where's the revenue? Big problem. Government contracts. Did somebody forget to pay the bill? So yeah, I mean, they got projects, they got things that are happening, they got to build stuff, they got, you know, IPO money or SPAC money, however you want to look at it. Their cash burn is insane and rising, and they keep diluting at the same time. They introduce more and more shares. If something happens in the market, this thing's going to burn down. Just saying. We don't have big debt, but they, you know, those aren't big numbers right there. Negative free cash flow. That would be, if I can get something going, great. But right now, it's like infinite number of years at the current revenue to afford this. It's $10 is the fair value. SPAC price. K-Web. Subside target is 50 right now. 49.50 right there. I'm out to November on that. And BTU. Look at her go. Go coal. It's funny I had a target from all the way back there, but that target doesn't mean jack squat at the moment. $39 and then 46. CNC. They're coming up into the resistance there. I'm not sure that. That looks pretty rough. Golly. That was like 1, 2. If that was an ABC, that C went really crazy. That could keep going. It may correct a bigger move up there. Of course, this could be a wave 4 of, you know, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if that's a 4. Yeah, it's probably wave 4. So this is probably that's probably a 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go up for a 5, and then we'll come back to this area for a 2 after we complete the 1. Oh, that's cool. 1, 2, and then maybe a 3 way out here somewhere. That low, that high, that low. Oh, yeah, that's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Potential 4. And how do we know how high it might go? First move up, wave 1, wave 5 tend to be nearly the same size. Put the target at 202 right there. It's not a corrective move. That's just a finale move right there. And then 3-wave retrace right back down. So something like that. Something like that. Back in the same vicinity. Went too fat. Somewhere like that. That's what I expect it to do in the next few years. Few years, 10 years. There you go on CNC. NKTR. IWM. I talked about the target this morning. Russell has an upside target of 2,600. NKTR. Hiding in here is a reverse split, and that puts it on the dumpster fire list. Don't trade that. Resistance right there. Watch for that right there. And let's do. There we go. So we're going to switch to a members only stream at 6 o'clock. A little bit after. So 15 minutes. Keep burning through these. See where we get to. Oracle, we already did. SEDG, Solar Edge. And grinding higher until the tax credit expires. Got the move up. The retrace. Coming up into resistance. Be careful here. We may retrace before we can. And we may, like, this is starting to indicate we may top out. You know, it could come up to 73. We may top out in here and drift down into the end of the year. And then what happens? Without the solar tax credits, can we turn that around? I don't know. C-Web is leveraged. As I stated at the beginning, we're not covering leverage stuff until we get to the members only stream. Irene, here you go. Upside targets 72, 150. I thought it would top out here, but guess what? Crazy can keep being crazier. And ALB, Able Marble, Able Marble, Able Marble, Able Marble. Got resistance here. We consolidated a lot right there and then dropped out and then banged our head on it. Probably going to be resistance again right here. So 105. We're very overlapping off the lows. So it can still take a turn back down to new lows. But if Trump decides he's going to invest in it, it could just rocket off. So we've had this target up here for a couple of years. Could always do that. Ooh, what? Volume off. Save. There's the high. Here's the low. Fix the fib because that's going to annoy the dink out of me. Well, 2581 maybe. And Oracle we already covered. IBIT is just Bitcoin. I cover that every morning. Guess what? That was a big pop. Probably could do a 618 retrace and not even think about it here. So support down here. Where we came from. I talked about that potentially being a 1, 2, 3. What's funny? So you really should come in the mornings. Talked about this topping out right here. Guess what? That's where we topped out. Retrace back to the breakouts. Want to hold above that, and then going up, and that could be the last move. Might be the last move. Let's go off of the right there. So we might. This might be the final move on Bitcoin right here. I've said that for a little while, that we might only make it to 130. Ideally 150 and 170, but that might be it. We might do that in the next couple of days. This one took a while, so this one might go fast. And that could be it. It's only 11% upside, so I bet 11% upside. If we get the ideal target, that's what we're looking at, but 11% upside. Just be right. About 76. Be a bummer. Bummer. Elf Beauty. Yeah, 1272. Retest the breakouts. Next target up, 164. Right there. Yes, sir. AMD. So we have held a lower high so far. Not been able to break out. Watch out for this to come back down. So if that was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back down, bottom of that vicinity, and then we go up big. That's what it looks like. Goldman Sachs. Potential come back down to the roadmap line. CIFR. And Cypher mining. Yeah, be careful. That's they're losing money like crazy. SPAC price is fair price, around whatever, 10. I don't know. First move up, retrace. Third move, maybe 25. I don't know. AVGO. Watch out for the retrace to the roadmap line. I'll go pick up some channel members before we switch over to the channel member only stream. DLR. 185. And AEM. Watch out for the retrace. It's going exponential. Can keep peeing crazy, but it's probably about played out. I would be booking profit if you're in it. If you got in it recently, you were late to the party. TT, I'm out of all my gold miners at this point. Take two. Yeah, we ripping, baby. Here's the low, or there's the high. Here's the high, here's the low. Potential 271 and 366. This may hit 271 and then retrace the breakout before we go on up right there. And Wolf. Wolf is in Wolf speed. This did some crazy relisting thing. I have no way to tell you about that one. So got 7 minutes left. Let's see what we got here. Dollar General. That's doing it. So basically the same thing Dollar Tree's doing. There's a low, 5 up. Potential for this to come back down in that vicinity. before we go higher. Now, if it breaks down below here, lower low. It's the long and the short of it right there. IWM, like I said, we talk about that in the morning. Target's up here, 257. Books. Breakdown, going lower. More than likely. That's the line in the sand. If we hold that, it could be a 1-2 or an AB. It could be a 3. See what happens there. TGLS. Tag. Ooh, taking a spill. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, I remember this for a long time ago. Yeah, so this was the 1 and the 2. It turns out it was probably an A, B, and the C stalled out right where we would expect it to. Although it could still be a 4, as long as we hold above here. That could just all be the 4. And we can still have the 5. It could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it could be a lot of stuff. It could be the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go up for the 5 here, which is the 3, the circle 3, and then that's the circle 4 over here, and then we go up for the circle 5. Time is the hardest part of this whole thing. Yeah. Circle 3 could be all the way up here, maybe. Doesn't look like it's going to do that at this point, though. And may stall out a little lower. There you go. That's TGLS. All right. BMO. Well, crazy tall. I mean, like 1, 2, 3. Same kind of move. Up here in Never Never Land, watch out for a 4 and a 5 and a bigger retrace, retest the breakouts, and then something bigger from there. Tesla, it's just hanging. Kind of disappointed on the release today. 2 new models, kind of new models, new models of existing models. A new self-driving version that's kind of crippled, but have new updates coming in a few weeks. Maybe for Cybertruck, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it was just kind of a meh. But we have a giant blob of calls. $154 million in calls up here at 500. Should be interesting. RGTI. Pick up a few more. And then channel members, you guys, I'll hang with you till you're good once we switch over here in 3 minutes. So that was a high. This was a low. Breaking on higher. We're at that critical resistance at 45. I would watch for retrace, but a potential expansion to 73. There. Climbing the fib ladder. And MRK. So Merck did the bigger bounce. And unfortunately, we stopped right at the potential resistance. Just don't like that. I want to see continuation. We need to push on through. If we stop here, still opens the door for lower low. Merck. I got off. I quit playing that one so much because it was just so much chop. But it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Let's see. BBAI. So that one has a nice potential for 12 on the upside. AAPL. Nice move today. If we can confirm by breaking above here, we set the stage for this target up here around 100. And ABBV. Yeah, watch for the retrace back down to the roadmap line. SCI, yeah, you're welcome. CPRX. That's not a setup, so be careful. So if it's burning down. CPRX. Yeah, it's not the same setup right there. And VRT. Watch out for a retrace back down. All right. Less than a minute to go, and channel members, we'll just keep chatting. All right. So back to where I leave off. PayPal, target. So I've had a downside target on target for a little while. Probably gonna get that extension. This all comes from the bigger ABC pattern right here. That move, this move. So all stems from this move right there. And we're going to switch over to an Ask Me Anything too. You can ask me any questions. Can't give you personal financial advice, but